Bringing up something very interesting, a good point for today. We've had all this cloud cover, and that's sort of helped take the edge off a little bit, even though it's still pretty muggy outside. Tomorrow, no clouds expected. So it's going to be a little different. Here's what we are getting, though, across some parts of the Inland Empire. You can see there's two showers here that have been coming out of San Diego County, forming up across some of the Riverside County mountains. Now, we are getting a couple of lightning strikes with this. This is the activity that we're going to be keeping an eye on for today, because we can't rule out some of these showers rolling down into some of the lower elevations, like Humid would be right in this area here. So you can probably actually see the thunderstorm off in the distance. But as we go into tomorrow, we're actually going to be starting off sort of like today, where we had some patchy fog around some parts of the basin in Orange County. And while that might bring some relief for the morning hours, it's not going to stick around. In fact, as we go through the next couple of hours, head through the rest of the day, you see how we clear out of the fog. You don't see any additional cloud cover pop up except for over some of the mountains as well as the high desert, where we might also get a couple of showers or thunderstorms popping up once again during the afternoon. So tomorrow, expect a lot more in the way of sunshine, and you are definitely going to feel the warmer temperatures. Expect to be getting into about the mid to upper 80s around the basin, and the 90s and low 100s across our inland spots. And then as we go through the overnight hours and head into the early Wednesday time frame, most of that cloud cover goes away, and we're looking for maybe some patchy fog to make a return. All right, humidity. If you are not a fan of the humidity, I do have some good news, but it's also followed by some bad news. As we go through the overnight hours for tonight into tomorrow, we'll lose some of this moisture that's been coming into our region, this monsoonal moisture. That's all the bright coloring you're seeing here on Futurecast. But heading into Wednesday, you see more of this purple popping in, and that's an indication of some dry air trying to return. But this is only through about Wednesday. After we get past Wednesday, and we'll back out the view here, more monsoonal moisture comes in. But look to our south. This is a dying tropical storm, and we're going to be getting some moisture from that as well. So expect the humidity to make a return, and maybe the shower chances as well for the area mountains as we approach next weekend. So for tomorrow, expect to be above 100 degrees for the high desert. We do have a thunderstorm chance not only for the deserts, but for the area mountains, where temperatures will be in the upper 70s and low 80s. For the Inland Empire, temperatures tomorrow upper 90s and low 100s, with 100 in Paris, 96 in Corona, 101 in Lake Elsinore. Orange County, we may start off with some patchy fog, but it's really just going to be a hot and humid day with plenty of sunshine for tomorrow. Upper 80s to low 90s, with 90 in Santa Ana, 88 degrees around Irvine. For the San Fernando Valley, the Santa Clarita Valley, and the Ventura County valleys, we're looking at the 90s and low 100s, with 100 degrees in Van Nuys, 94 Simi Valley, 89 in Santa Paula, still in the upper 70s around Oxnard. And for the basin in the San Gabriel Valley, we're well above average for this time of year, with the upper 80s around downtown LA, mid 90s for Alhambra, 97 degrees in West Covina after some patchy early morning fog. So here's your 7-day forecast. Basins on top, coastlines down below. The warming trend continues all the way through Wednesday. That'll be the warmest day of the week ahead. Thursday is not much cooler. We're looking at the low 90s for the basin forecast here on top. We'll keep cooling off getting into the weekend, but we will add some of that monsoonal moisture back. So expect to be in about the mid 80s with a little bit of humidity back in the forecast by the time we get into next weekend. Here's how it looks for the valleys on top. Inland Empire forecast down below. Upper 90s and low 100s for tomorrow. But look at Wednesday. 105 to 110 potentially across some of our inland spots. Then for Thursday, still above 100 degrees, but now we're starting to get a little humidity back as we get into the weekend, and temperatures still running in the 90s. Here's how it looks in the high desert on top, low desert forecast down below. Another chance of maybe some thunderstorms for tomorrow, but that chance should go away on Wednesday, and we're looking at a much hotter day for Wednesday as well. But for the area mountains, because the monsoonal moisture is only gone for about a day, we're looking at a chance of storms for tomorrow. Maybe no significant chances for Wednesday, but the chances return for Thursday, Friday, and likely into next weekend as well.